Welcome to the 3D drop. So in this lecture we will cover the basics of Blender. So as we have discussed about the Blender in previous lecture, that how we can install the Blender tool and how we can interact with the basic model. So today I am going to tell you about the Blender, more about Blender. So how we can get start with Blender and some tools that we can get introduction of that some tools. So I'm also going to tell you about the intro of the Blender, that how we can interact with the 3D environment. So uh, as we in as in this course we will cover the full modeling lectures. All I will tell about the modeling, that how we can create a model, a low poly model or high poly model of the game. And then in future I will also cover the texturing, that how what is the texture and how we can create our own textures for the model. And then we can render that model. And we can also in future lectures we will learn about the rigging, that how rigging works, or how we can create the animation. So I'm going to I'm going to do the introduction of the tool, that how we are going to interact in the 3D space. So as you can see the Blender tutorial, and here is the interface of the Blender tool. So now let's talk about the Blender. So Blender is as we know that Blender is an open source software. So in this tool, day by day some changes came into. So we should also cover all those changes, or what kind of updates come from. And we have to visit the official websites as well, blender.org. So now we are going to cover this portion. I'm selecting this portion, and I'm also going to um, open up the buttons, that you can see the shortcuts, or what kind of keys I am pressing here. So I'm going to enable that one thing. So I'm going to show my buttons when I click from the keyboard or from the mouse. So you can see that what I'm clicking from the keyboard or mouse. So I'm going to start shortcut. Here you will see the thing where I will clicking. Here I have clicked the left button from the mouse, so it shows the keys which I am pressing. So I'm going to do it on the left side, so you can see here easily. So now I'm going to press N to hide that one thing. You can press N and you can find that these tools here. Okay, these are the extension which I have add-ons. I have installed the add-ons. In future lectures we will cover the add-ons, what are add-ons, and what add-ons do, and how we can install those add-ons. So in this lecture we are going to cover the interface of the Blender. So in the left side we can see some of the tools here, and there the right side we can see some of the stuff here. So I'm going to cover from the left side. Here is something which is selected. So let's start. Here is a selection tool. Okay, we have checked out this one thing. So for example, this is selected, and I'm going to left click and drag. It will select all the things which are come inside. If I press from the keyboard B, you can see that there is a selection criteria. We can also drag and drop. It means it will also select those things. Okay, I'm going to now go to the cursor section. Cursor option. Here is the cursor. When I click on the cursor, it will appear a cursor. Okay, like this is the cursor. where I will click, the cursor will move over there. Okay, when I press shift A and mesh and cube, I am going to create a cube, then it will create a cube over the cursor. So we have checked the where I click the here, for example I click the left button from the mouse, then it will create whatever we are going to create from, then it will appear over here. It means this cursor is a central point where we can create our objects. So for example I'm going to create again another cube and pressing shift A, and this pop-up menu comes out, and again I'm going to press shift A, and this came again, and I'm going to select a mesh and then click on a cube or circle, whatever. I'm again uh, selecting cube, and boom, this cube is again appeared here. Okay, so whatever I am doing, you can see the keys over here. So I am moving from the wheel button, okay, up and down, so can I so that I can zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one, again select this cube, and again press X and delete it, and I'm going to center this cursor, so I need to press shift S and cursor to the world origin. When I click on this, our cursor is on the center. So when I press shift A, we can create a cube. Okay, so we have created two cubes now. I'm going to again click on the cursor and click on here, click on selection button. So now I'm going to show you that these are two cubes, how we can see that these are two cubes. Again I'm going to press, as we can see that our cursor is over here. This is our cursor, so we can make it first center. In the center, shift S, press shift S and cursor to the world origin and click on that button. Okay, so our cursor is now in the center, and I can see that I have already shift plus A pressed and inserted the cube. Again I am going to create a new cube. So these cubes are in this place. So how I can check that one thing? So here you can find that the cube 1, cube 2. So I'm going to select cube 1 and select on the move button, and here we can see and see that here is our gizmo. We can see that we can click on the x-axis or y-axis. This is the y-axis, you can see here from the y-axis and z-axis and x-axis. From that color, like this is the red color and here is the red color, it means it is the x-axis, and I am clicking left button and dragging, and it is moving now. Okay, so again I am going to check that where is the box 2. So I'm going to select box 2, and again I'm going to move it onwards the y-axis, and boom, these are three boxes here, nothing. Okay, again I have selected this box, and I am going to drag on the x-axis, and nothing is here. So again I can create something else. Shift A pressed, and I'm going to create a cylinder. Here is a cylinder in between these boxes. So now I'm going to delete all the things I have dragged and selected and pressed X to the from the keyboard and deleted all the objects. So now I am again going to create a cube. Shift A and create a cube. Actually whenever you are going to create something in the blender as a beginner level, you need to practice more and more, so that we can interact the 3D world, and we can get maximum practice from this tool, and you can learn and learn the things easily, and you can remember the things easily for the future. So first of all, we need to play with the tools there, so that we can be habitual, and then we can create our 3D model for future lectures. Okay, so that's why I'm covering all the basic things here. So here is another tool, which is rotation. As I have already selected this, that's why gizmo is enabled, and it shows that x-axis and y-axis and z-axis. So when I click on the y-axis, it will be move in the y-axis, y-axis, and if I click on the x-axis, it will move in the x-axis direction. If I select the z-axis, it will move in the z-axis. So how can I move in the this direction? Okay, so for that we can press G and select here G for the grab the object. When you press a G from the keyboard, you will be you need to be select first you need to select the object and press G button from the keyboard, and you can move whatever you want, whatever the position you want, you can move it. Okay, for example, I have moved here, and again I am going to I have pressed alt and shift, and now I am pressing left mouse button and panning. Now panning, this is a panning. Okay, so that you can interact with the 3D space easily. So now we are going to rotate the model. There is a rotation. Okay, I have clicked the rotation, and you can rotate in the x-axis. There we can see that this red line is for the x-axis, and the y-axis for the green is the y-axis. So we can left click on that line, and we can drag the things, and it will rotate the object. Okay, finally we have a Z option. We can see that there is a Z for the blue, so we can rotate in the Z axis. Okay, so I'm going to delete this again, and pressed X and click on delete button, and again I'm going to create a shift A and create a cube, and I'm already selected rotation, so I'm going to click on scale button. So we can now in a scale mode, as we can see that we can scale in the y-axis like this, or we can scale it in a x-axis direction like this, or we can also scale in a z direction like this. So we can by selecting this button, you can scale up and down like this one, or in any direction you can do that. You can scale your object for your requirement or whatever you are doing. So for the basic lectures, I am covering some of the basic things. So in future lectures, we will create something so that is meaningful. So for now you can interact with the interface of the blender like this. Okay, so I'm just introducing the things that how we can interact. Okay, so for the transfer button, you can find out that there is a move button and rotation button and scale button. All the buttons means you can find out here all the features in one transform section. So we will in future lectures we will cover the not we can we will click on the manually from this menu, but we will try to use the shortcut keys. Okay, so for now I am going to click on move, and now it is selected like gizmo, and we can press X and delete, and shift A again and create a cube, and I have created another cube for now. So for here we have covered up to the scale and transform. Now here is the annotate. It means if you want to write down over here, you can use this one thing. I'm going to remove this, and I pressed Ctrl Z for the undo. And then here is another thing which is most important when you are going to create some architect things. Like you need to measure the things, that how meters of that one cube. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm pressing left button and calculating that how much it is long. So it will tell us that how much it is from this to this length. Okay, so I'm going to press one from my keyboard, and it will come into the front, and I'm going to check it and measure it like this, and it will tell us that how much it is, like 2.00157 meters long. Okay, so I'm going to again delete this cube. Okay, I'm again going to press shift A and create a new cube. And here is another, I have added enabled the extension. Hopefully you have not that one thing. So in future I will also tell you how you can enable these things. Okay, so when I press this, I can create a cube from my own, like this. Whatever size you can create from this thing. Okay, in future lectures we will cover these things. Okay, for now hopefully you have understood the things, and in next lectures we will cover that how these things interact and what are these things. So hopefully these are the meaningful things for you guys, and in future lectures we will cover all the sections somehow, and we will create some of the model that is meaningful. Okay, for now I will also texture on it, like color or something, which is here is material button. We can also create a color of that one thing, like this. I'm going to create a red. Okay, and going to the material section. Here you can see the color of the cube. Okay, in future we will create something, and something is meaningful, and we will texture that one thing in, and hopefully we will cover all the things in next lecture. So please subscribe and hit like button. If you have any confusion, you can comment. Okay, thank you.